What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And as you guys know, I went to Las Vegas this weekend. I got to go to the Game Awards. I actually got to present a category there. Also went to the PlayStation Experience, and I'm going to be making videos about that stuff all throughout the week. But since we just got in, I'm absolutely exhausted. I haven't slept in like 20 hours. I wanted to create a quick impressions video of the Video Game Awards. And obviously I'm a little biased because I really wanted this year to go off without a hitch, so much that I volunteered to fly down to Vegas on my own dime, obviously, and spend a couple of days at the PlayStation Experience and obviously the Game Awards. I begged Jeff to allow me to participate and to offer him any advice that he would listen to, and I think it all went pretty well. But because I've always been one of the biggest critics of the Game Awards, I thought this year I should definitely start off with the bad stuff. So the first thing I really didn't like, I did not like how some of the awards were not important enough to be announced and to bring people up on stage, and especially for some really good games. To see those haphazardly given away was frustrating for me. I believe some of those games deserved the ceremony if other games are going to get it. Obviously, there's some audio and technical issues, but I think the first time out, that's always going to happen. It did run a little long. I've heard that complaint. I enjoyed almost 3 hours there, but I imagine where that was a little frustrating for people at home waiting to see who wins the game of the year. I think the term world premiere needs to leave Jeff Keighley's leave his vocabulary for a few years, because I don't think he can say that anymore. He said it enough times, and in fact, this is the world premiere of my opinion of him using the word world premiere, right? Hi, Jim Sterling. Anyway, but overall, that's pretty much all I had to say bad about it. And it's funny because when I read the comments on the internet, that's exactly it. A lot of people were poised to hate it. They were so excited to hate it. They couldn't wait to have another thing to just crap all over. And they didn't get it. Because by the end of a lot of those threads, a lot of those comment things, you see people like, that wasn't that bad. It was all right. Which is a big difference from last year where everybody was like, let's murder everyone involved. Right? Let's just go to Joel McHale's house and shoot him in the foot or whatever. And let's force feed Doritos to everybody. Whatever. But overall, I thought the presentations were good, especially mine and iJustine's. I want to talk about iJustine a little bit here. I'm going to put that at the end of the video here. I want to talk about some of the other people I met. But I think that the presentations were good. I think the music was phenomenal. The stage was awesome. It was kind of a real award show. And if you're the kind of person that hates award shows, think, oh no, just a stupid circle jerk, nobody gives a shit. Okay, I get that. And some people think that gaming doesn't deserve or need that. But a lot of us have poured our heart and soul into gaming, who've played games all our lives, or make games, or just present them, or even publish them. We feel like it's an art form. And it should deserve all of the repercussions, but also all of the privileges that come with being a real art form. It's a storytelling medium, and I don't really view it any different than I would an interactive book or an interactive movie. It's just another wonderful way to tell a very cool story, or a provocative story, or an offensive story, or a fun story, or a kid's story. And I love that. I love that. And another reason I think we need things like the Game Awards is because 2014 kind of sucked for gaming. We had a lot of unfinished games, and we had a lot of publishers and developers make some big mistakes, and there was a lot of political bullshit, and a lot of infighting, and a console war, and a lot of gamers at each other's throats, and a lot of just crap. We needed something good for the year. And probably the best thing that happened to gaming in 2014, other than, say, Smash Brothers, was the Game Awards. And let me explain why. It may not be readily apparent at home when you're participating in this, when you're watching it at home, but it may not be readily apparent. But when you're there, you see Reggie from Nintendo, and you got Trey Parker there, Kiefer Sutherland there, you got Imagine Dragons there, you got all these entertainers, you have YouTubers, and you have Optic Nadeshot, or am I saying that right? You have the guys from Xbox, and the guys from Sony, and you have the guys from Blizzard, and all these PC publishers, and all these indie developers, and of course, 1,000 gamers there in the studio where it's being filmed, and we set aside all of the infighting and all of the arguing and all of the console wars and all of the bullshit that 2014 was mired in. And for one night, along with everybody watching at home, we just celebrated gaming. And man, we needed that. That's really important. That's why I turned to Jeff and I begged him, let me participate. Let me help in any way I can. Let me be there. It would be a privilege and an honor. And I'm so grateful that he allowed me to do it, because he did it, man. It's a fresh start and it's a reboot of what the Game Awards are, but it's a step in the right direction. He didn't get it perfect. It's not right, but it's a step in the right direction. And man, does gaming need that more than ever. It needs that brotherhood. It needs that fellowship. It needs that love. And then one night, I shook Reggie's hand, and I shook Major Nelson's hand, and I shook Adam Boy's hand, and I got to meet so many wonderful people, and I got to meet so many wonderful gaming fans, so many wonderful players at home. Players that were there, and just wow, I don't know. I think we needed it, and I'm glad that we got it. Simple as that. Meeting Reggie was cool because I'd never got to meet the guy, and I always wanted to. I love Nintendo. I love their work. I love everything they do. So when I met Reggie, I really fanboyed out. I think the first thing I said to him was, my body's not ready for this or whatever. And I told him I was a super fan. I even made him take a picture with me. I think I hugged him at some point. I don't know. I was about to pass out. It was also an honor and a privilege to finally meet iJustine, who's a YouTuber I have watched since way back in the day. We spent the majority of the day hanging out a little bit because we were kind of stuck with each other, and I don't think she felt that way. I certainly didn't feel that way. We spent the entire day just getting to know each other and talking about the business and talking about YouTube, and more than anything, talking about gaming. And we talked about Smash, we talked about Call of Duty, we talked about Far Cry, we talked about all these different games. And the girl really knows her stuff. And it was just an honor and a privilege to get to meet her and hang out with her. She's just the nicest person, just so wonderful. I've met a lot of YouTubers, and almost unanimously, 99.9% of YouTubers are the nicest people you'll ever meet. But she is right at the top of that list right now. She's probably tied with Greg Benson, if you know him from Mediocre Films. I have a lot of pictures to show you. If you haven't seen them on Twitter, they're out there. If you haven't seen a clip of me and Justine presenting, I'm going to try to find that clip and link into the description box below. But if not, if you use Google and go for Boogie and iJustine Trending Gamer Award, you'll find it. I actually kept the envelope from that. I don't know if I already showed this in the video because I'm so tired, but I actually kept the envelope that we opened because one guy said, oh, he probably cheated to help Total Biscuit win. Nope, here's the inside of the envelope. It really does say Total Biscuit. You want this, TB, let me know. But what a great experience. I'm so glad to do it. Now I'll talk about the PlayStation experience a little bit tomorrow or maybe Wednesday. It was so fun. I got to play with Project Morpheus. I got to try The Order 1886. Such a cinematic experience. I got to see a Mortal Kombat 10 demo, but I didn't get to play it because the line was too long. All kinds of awesome stuff. We'll talk about that tomorrow probably. But other than that, go give Jeff a pat on the back on Twitter because I think he helped make 2014 a little less crappy. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you soon.